Hello and welcome to the show. Now today I'm on WRC4 for a little comparison test of the Mitsubishi Evo 10 and the Subaru Impreza WRX STI. Now I'm not going to get into the fanboy wars of which car is better. This is simply to see which car's Twitter across the Lantostu stage. It's 2.5 kilometers long and oopsie daisy. And as you can see, being in Monte Carlo, it's on icy tarmac. So that did produce some interesting problems as I clatter a wall. Oops. Yeah, the cars did tend to understeer. Both cars understeered a lot. I noticed it more in the Evo than the Subaru. But overall, the Evo's an absolutely brilliant car to drive as I get a bit sideways through there. Yeah, that's not exactly good, really, is it? That I'm getting sideways through a corner, which I shouldn't be getting sideways through. Apparently, being sideways is slow. I actually set the 17th fastest time on stage. That doesn't sound like much, but for saying it's out of 27 cars, and I crashed quite a lot, that actually isn't too bad, so I was happy to set that time. I think at this point I'm in 10th place, I can't quite read that, but I'm fairly far back from my laptop. But still though, the car is interesting to drive. It's a nice car to drive on gravel or tarmac, but here on this sort of like icy, snowy surface, it is a little bit sort of squirmy. I think it's to do with the suspension. It just seems a little bit too stiff at the back, so it's always like twitching, and the slightest steering movement is enough to kick the car offline. So it's only an interesting and tricky car to get right when driving it. If you do get it right when driving it, it could easily be a very, very quick car. However, though, it's so hard to get it right. I mean, some of the greatest drivers that I happen to know, even they struggle to get it right, so that's how hard it is to get it right in this car, but it's still a brilliant, brilliant car to drive. It's an interesting one, as I don't know what I did that happened. I really showed my skill at driving. Yeah. By that I mean my lack of skill at driving. Well, you know, it's not a bad car, and this was about the best I could get out of it. I tried to stage 3 or 4 times, and it wasn't going to get better than this. So that was the Subaru's time. The Subaru, no sorry, that wasn't, I got it wrong. That's the Mitsubishi's time. The Mitsubishi did it in 2 minutes 13.57 seconds. So on to the Impreza. This is the Grandal racing team Impreza. These cars are both in WRC2, so they're both 4-wheel drive and both have 280 horsepower, I think. I'll check that up, but I think it's about 280 horsepower. Now, as for the Subaru, that was a lot more oversteery than the Impreza, I noticed. But, not the Impreza, sorry, I'm going to keep doing that wrong. It was a lot more oversteery than the Evo. It did understeer quite a bit through some corners. I went way out wide through there. But, overall, it's more oversteery than the Evo, which is a good thing, but it's controllable oversteer. It's not wildly fishtailing all over the road, but at the same time, it's not massively understeering out wide. Actually, I think this is one of the cleanest runs I've ever done, excluding that. Yeah. Ignoring the fact I realised I didn't have as much talent as I thought I had, this stage actually went really, really well. It went better than it did with the Evo, I'd say. As for the Impreza, like I said, it's a nice car to drive. The throttle response I noticed was actually better than the Evo. You put your foot down, and with the Evo, it just takes a little bit more time for the turbo to kick in than it does on the Impreza. So I was quite enjoying actually driving this Impreza. It was a brilliant little car to drive. It's very tricky to get it right through this section, but again with the Impreza it was fairly easy. I have seen some currently racing this car in the championship. It's not the fastest car. It's partly due to my driving, but it just isn't as fast as the Citroen or the Ford. Neither of these cars are as quick as the other WRC2 cars, whether it be Citroen, Ford, Skoda or Proton. None of them are as quick as and sorry, I've got that wrong. I'm being stupid today. Neither of these two cars are as quick as the others. God, I've gone thick today. Understeer. Please ignore the fact I've gone thick. I do that normally. Normally in the first month of the year, I go completely thick and have no idea what I'm talking about. So, yay! Anyway, there was a cross line, and the Subaru did it in 2 minutes 10.51, which was faster than the Evo. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, Goodbye.